A question a lot of people ponder, that I ponder, is whether or not I'm living my life the best that I can live it, or if I'm following in too many people's footsteps for my own good. And today I'm going to take a few tests on the interwebs to determine whether or not I'm a walking, talking cliche. But considering I'm a gay man wearing a sweater thrifted from the 80s, I can only guess what the outcome is going to be, but we'll see. Alright, we're gonna take this quiz from BuzzFeed called Which Cliched Female Character Are You? Who would play your part in a movie? Emma Stone. What would you do to the man in the movie? Of course there's a man. You didn't think they'd make a movie with only female characters, would you? I would try to help him. That's in my nature. Where would your character live? That one. The screenwriter really emphasized that you are shy. What city would your movie take place in? I'm a San Fran bitch. What's the most important thing for you? Love. All you need is love. Choose a white heterosexual male love interest. At the risk of being cliche, I'm gonna choose Ryan Gosling. Choose a color. Ooh. I'm partial to that green down there. Oh, okay. So I am the gorgeous 25-year-old woman dating a lame 50-year-old man. You're young and beautiful, and for some inexplicable reason, madly in love with a dude who is old enough to be your father and who doesn't have much of a personality. Well, I guess it's not that inexplicable. After all, the movie was produced by a guy in his 50s who dreams of banging a chick like you. Okay, we're gonna move on to a quiz from youthink.com called Which Cliche Are You? What is my favorite possession? My oddest piece of clothing. How often do you hang out with a friend or several? Several friends? Friends? Question mark, yeah. Oh, they're always busy. That's a good one. If the most unpopular kid you knew came up to you and said, I'm popular, how would you respond? At least you weren't suicidal. God damn it. I know. Yep, that's very me. Very dry. You think that people think you're funny. Depressed was a close second. Uncool is third. What is your favorite thing to do? Think of jokes and say them whether they're funny or not. Hence the YouTube channel. What are you doing on a Friday night? Okay, well they don't have working on here. So let's just say deciding whether trimming my bangs would be worth it. Which of these colors is most like you? Rainbow! Which of these words appeals to you the most? Droll. I have been described as droll. I'm feeling so attacked right now. I'm the kid who thinks I'm cool. You're that kid who thinks you're funny, hysterical, even side-splitting. You won't hear any insults people throw your way. They just bounce off you like you're made of jello. And you get the long-haired skater look and pretend to be a skater. You get a jersey and pretend you play football or lacrosse. But you don't. Holy shit. Okay, well both of these haven't been great so far. Maybe those two character things could go hand in hand. Maybe I'm that quirky 25-year-old who Alright, sorry about that. My phone died. Okay, our next quiz is what stereotype are you? From allthetests.com. 10 questions. How many friends do you have? I only have a few friends, but I really love them. Thanks for sharing this information. Now, what are your interests? I do much stuff nobody knows about. I don't want anyone to know, though. Like this YouTube channel. That's so awesome. Okay, now I want you to think about yourself. How do you view yourself? I'm kinda insecure, if I'm being honest. Wow. So, how do you view others? I really don't have an opinion on people. Okay, imagine this. You're in class and your teacher pairs you up with somebody you don't know at all. What do you think? As long as they're not some cringy-ass teen, I don't care. Okay. What kind of shows do you like? Netflix, just Netflix. What kind of music do you listen to? All kinds of music, except for rap. Does Hamilton count as rap? It doesn't matter. What is your opinion on relationships as a student? Yeah, I mean, it would be nice, but I'm still gonna try to focus on school. Last one. You see some bullies making fun of a student in the hallway. What do you do? Oh no, morality. I would probably go and search for a teacher. Having been on that end of it before, it's kind of harrowing. What high school stereotype am I? For 50%, you are pretty much the average kid. You are a nice person, and people enjoy your presence. We all have our insecurities. Just know that you're a wonderful person. Okay. Also 20%, you're pretty much the mean kid. Another 20%, you're pretty much the loner. For 10%, you're pretty much the nerd, which I thought was what was going to bubble to the top, but no. And 0% queen bee. Oh yeah, great. Just like I thought. We're going to take this one last quiz here. What high school stereotype were you based on this personality assessment? 5-minute quiz. When you were doing homework, did you set a schedule and stick to it? I'd make a schedule, but I wouldn't always stick to it. Do you often have mood swings during stressful times at school? I would have mood swings, but I don't think they were school related. You know, every once in a while you just kind of get in like a downer and it's hard to crawl your way back out. Before sitting down to get work done, how much prep time do you need? A few minutes. Yeah, I can get my ass in gear pretty fast. How often did you miss school? Very infrequently. I felt bad even when I was sick at college. When finishing an assessment, do you take a second look or just call it done? Done and dusted. My first draft is my final draft, except for my senior thesis. Are you good at making tough decisions? I don't know, but I'm quick. Irony. Rules are a big part of high school. Were you a rule follower or breaker? I hardly ever... I never broke the rules, usually. During school, expressing feelings isn't necessarily encouraged. How are you with that now? I still keep things to myself quite a bit. Not finishing a task in high school isn't really an option. How did you handle that? Schoolwork was just not a problem. I would just, get shit done. Do you feel like you live a carefree life? Someone somewhere's always tried to control me, whether that be capitalism or whatever. Do you often think bigger than the walls of your high school? Yes. I wanted out of there so bad, like everybody else. Are you a detail-oriented person? Life is in the details. I would definitely agree with that. Like, there are some things you just can't narrow down to, a point-by-point basis. Did high school teach you anything about life? Surely not how to do taxes, that's for sure. Is high school a big cause of worry for you? Kids can be cruel. Was your sense of imagination nurtured or squashed in school? Definitely nurtured in terms of the way that I would turn in projects and whatnot. How often would you be found at a party on the weekends? Never. Never. Drunk high school kids are the frickin' worst. Are you an early riser? I am if I don't have a choice. When you were tasked with an assignment that you thought was impossible, what would you do? I'd figure it out eventually. No need to sweat over it. Eventually, you could just come up with your own brand of how to fix it. Did high school teach you to adapt to various situations? In limited ways. If you were coming up on a deadline and weren't quite finished, how would you handle that? Ask for a little more time. An extension, the worst I can say is just no. How did high school impact your career path? It definitely made me not want to be a teacher. I was going to be a teacher for a little bit in college and I decided to not do that. What was the most useful piece of advice you were given? If you don't understand something, do it until you do. I at least need 2 times to do something before I can have it down well enough I could do it myself. Can you name one word that described you during high school and one that describes you now? Enthusiastic, theatrical. Yep. You got the bookworm. While others were complaining about third period and various teachers, you were soaking up every bit of knowledge you could, and still to this day, you love learning and reading. Trivia is your jam. Knowing a little bit about a lot of things, and a lot about a few subjects is something on which you pride yourself. I think that's the first quiz that I would definitely agree with. Alright, well, we did it. I think the results were inconclusive. I don't know what to think. Am I a cliche? Maybe in my own special way, yes. But, according to online quizzes, I don't think so. I don't know. The results, I just don't know. It's weird that that's what the internet thinks of me. Am I mean? Alright, I think that's going to do it for this video. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit that like button and also hit the notification bell if you like. Subscribe. It'd be really cool to see you again. Like, really cool. Alright, this is Dustin signing off, but only for now.